What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your buddy Nomad, and welcome back to the Modern Warfare 2 Veteran Walkthrough. So, we last left off, we got a little glimpse of what is to come in DC, but here is actually one of my favorite missions, and I would not be surprised if a lot of people say this is one of their worst missions, but the thing is, this mission, it all depends on how you play it and how you think of it. It can be a total pain in the ass, or it can be a total cakewalk and have a ton of fun. So first things first, you get your first glimpse of Captain Price back in action, and I loved this mission because it reminded me a lot of that Gilly in the Mist mission in Modern Warfare 1. And yeah, I had an absolute blast. This mission's really fun. The only hard part is near the end, but I mean, again, it just reminds me more of what is it, the first Modern Warfare. So on this part, it's totally simple. Just listen to what Price says, and you'll get through this in no time. It's only during kind of the ending of the sniping part it gets a little tricky, because you're gonna have to be really dodging some enemies and making some decisions. But you know, if you just listen and follow your gut, you should make it. Now, when I first saw this part, when I got to this part, I forgot, take out the dog first before you take out the what is it, the guard, because those dogs, they alert, and this is just what's happened to me. It seems that they alert the other guards quicker. So I don't know, maybe the other way around with some other people, but just to me it seems like the dogs alert the other guards quicker than the guards themselves. So take out the dog first. On this part, really just follow Price, and you know what I really like is that they made the M21, the sniper you're using right now, they made it just all the more cooler. I thought it looked even more badass than in Call of Duty 4. But in Call of Duty 4, I never, even in multiplayer, I never really liked to use it. Like on that mission in the Gilly in the Mist, I did not like using it, because it was just, there were some things about it that were really wrong, and I didn't like. But thankfully, I guess that was just one of the few things that Infinity Ward fixed, and they made it totally unstoppable in multiplayer. I use that more than, I go as far as to say I use that more than the Intervention or the Barrett, because it has no recoil whatsoever, and it just takes 2 shots and bam, they're dead. So yeah, and also I've been hearing a lot of shit that that weapon, the M21, it's like the worst sniper ever, and you might as well just use the W2000, I think it is. I really see no difference. At least with me, I've never seen any difference whatsoever with those two weapons. They both take 2 shots, it seems. The only difference I've noticed is that it's a little more handy with the ACOG scope, the W2000. But really, I like this. This is good. The M21, it's pretty cool. But so here's where you're going to start making some decisions, and I'm really debating, should I kill him or should I just book it? And I'm like, you know what, I can pull Sam Fisher and get past him, and I guess Price follows my lead. And so I start kind of looking around here like an idiot, but I just wanted to point out right over there, that's where that enemy intel is, and it's one of those ones where it's right in front of you, but it's really kind of camouflaged, so you could easily miss it. But yeah. So coming up here, yeah, just follow Price's lead, and I actually want to get back onto the topic of Call of Duty Black Ops. So like I was saying, I really enjoy games like war games that are based in different time periods, because they're a ton of fun, and you get to see how back then the warfare was, and what we were limited to do, and how we still managed to use whatever limited weapons or technology we had to the fullest. And so I really am excited for Black Ops, and I hope Treyarch doesn't let us down and makes it a great game. I really do. And second of all, I've been hearing a lot of rumors about what the story of the game is going to be like. One of which I am actually interested in, and supposedly it's supposed to be flashbacks of Captain Price's history while he was in the Gulag. And I guess I got that idea from I got the hardened edition what is it, hardened edition Modern Warfare at midnight, and what is it, when I looked through that little art book it came with, I saw like someone in a seat, and it sort of resembled to me Captain Price when he was like kind of in his little prison uniform or his clothes when he was in the Gulag. And when I'm looking at the previews for Black Ops, I noticed he's sitting in this guy's sitting in the exact same chair where it shows in that kind of art book, and I can just assume right away it's got to be Captain Price, and you're playing like flashbacks. That's all I can think of, is that you're playing flashbacks, which I guess is pretty cool, but I find it kind of a nuisance. I wish it'd just be like where it'd be separate characters, just like it is in here, where you play as that that Private Allen, and then you play as I forget, it was as Ramirez or something like that, and then you play as you play as Soap in this, yeah, and then you play as this guy. I forget his name, Roach, yeah. But yeah, I really do hope that this Call of Duty Black Ops is going to be great, and yeah, I think the story above all though is going to be really cool. Now the multiplayer, on the other hand, I don't know. It could be. I find it more likely to be like either either like Call of Duty 4 or like World at War. I don't know. I can only assume. But let me get back on track with the game. Here is where you're going to finally get out of the stealth version of this level and get to just wreaking havoc like the good old other levels. And so on this level, you're going to want to spam that goddamn Predator missile, or that AGM missile, every second you can. Like you see there, I took out 5 or multiple people. And the other thing is, get any weapon that has a heartbeat sensor, I guess would be pretty helpful. But I mean, to me, it didn't really make any difference. I mean, it could be sometimes. Like right here, I'm just double checking and making sure, like, you know, my corners are good and where my teammates are and all, but really I didn't find any other use. But so here again, you're going to be getting those enemies on the spawn, and so it's really going to be handy just to spam that thing. And also here you see I spam my grenades, but coming up, don't get rid of all your grenades. Save one like I did. And don't, whatever you do, use your flash grenades, because they're going to be really handy for this next part. But here, it's really easy. Just mow them down. I get this out again. I find a little group of the guys, and I get some. But not all of them, but a few. And here also it's going to be a perfect example. I didn't expect them to start jumping over the roof like a parkour expert. They're going to actually use the terrain to the fullest in this level. So yeah, watch your corners definitely, and see right here, they're going to be really hiding. And this was one of the few levels where I found that the camouflage for the enemies actually camouflaged them just a little bit. Because some of these guys I really could not see, and I was amazed right here I didn't die, but thankfully a good old heartbeat sensor helped me out there. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it here, guys. I was going to just add the rest of this level, but I need to give you just a full-on walkthrough on the next part, because that's the part where it's going to decide how this level is going to be like to you. So thank you everyone though for stopping by and watching this video. Peace out.
So we've linked up with Ghost and the rest of the team.
Roger that. The second Predator's almost in position. Make it count. These things don't grow on trees.
There's the submarine. Right below.